Hey, family, this is Renisha Freeman. I am here with your word of the week. And your word of the week is coming from James chapter 1, verse 2, 3, and 4. And it says, My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect or mature and complete, lacking nothing. I heard a sermon once that said, How are you going to respond when it hits home? And my husband preached that as his first sermon. And that really stuck with me because how do we respond when things hit home? A lot of times we see other people have circumstances, we see things that other people go through, and we feel compassion for them. But what happens when it comes to your doorstep? What happens when the financial difficulties come to your house? What happens when there's trials and tribulations? What happens when you get a bad doctor's report or when you find out you're going to get let go on your job? How do you respond when it hits home? Well, the scripture says, James tells us to count it all joy. Why? Because we got to go through sometimes in order to get to the thing that God has for us, in order to get stronger. The scripture says to be strong and mature and complete, lacking nothing. But if we never go through anything, how are we going to grow? So I encourage you this week, go through it, but count it all joy. Understand and know that no matter what is thrown at you, no matter what comes your way, it has to be a plan and a purpose that God still has for you. And so I can count it all joy because I understand that even in the midst of what I'm going through, God has still got me. I'm going to come out stronger. I'm going to come out better. I'm going to come out wiser because I put my trust and my faith in Him. So I encourage you again this week, make the choice. When you find yourself in the midst of a situation, you got to make a choice. You got to tell yourself, you know what? I'm not going to let this put me in a bad headspace. I'm not going to let this situation cause me to get down and depressed. I'm not going to let this situation cause me to have an attitude and lash out at somebody else. I'm going to count it all joy. Be blessed.